Hello and welcome to Live Dreams. I'm so excited to have you with us tonight. We have a very special mystery guest. I see some of the comments. People are wondering and guessing with bated breath who our mystery dream interpreter will be. None of you are right, but you will all be very pleasantly surprised. Sarah, glad you made it. Good to have you on tonight. Good evening from Las Vegas. Yes, there is a waiting room. I put the link in the comments. I'm pasting it again, just the link. If you have a short dream, probably 1 to 3 lines or maybe just one paragraph, this would be a great place to get a dream interpretation. Hello from Edgewater, Florida. Hello, Dream Family. Blessings from Northeast Ohio. Hi, Judy. It's good to see you. All right. Made it on time. Good job. All right. Hello, Mimi. Hello from Colorado. Hello from Brighton. It's not Andrew Whalen. Hello from Western New York. Hello from Kentucky. Hello from Australia. Again, the link is in the comments. We have plenty of room in the back. We're waiting on people to join us. Hello from Clear Lake, California. Shalom and blessings. Yes, we published the link, and you can just click on the link. I was in your first dream seminars. All right, Betsy, it's good to see you. Welcome back. Greetings from Virginia. Hey, Mike, how you doing? Autumn, hello, Autumn from Colorado. Hello from Georgia. Andrew Whalen's more of a dreamer than an interpreter, but I love the dreams that he has. They're pretty incredible. You had a freeze and lost a mango tree. Wow, that's an interesting one. We might get a chance to go back to that. Anna Kate. Wow, that'd be taking us back a few years. Huh? Hello, Gretchen from Detroit. Gretchen, you're going to come on and share a dream tonight, right? Hello, dreamers. Good evening. All right. Hello, on and off, rainy. Hello, dreamers. It's not Ash West, but I'm excited to introduce to you Dead Things Coming to Life. That's right. Hello from the Bluegrass State. All right. And all of you saying hi to one another in the comments. I love that. Hello from Tennessee, Greencastle, Pennsylvania. Hey, Nicole, it's good to see you. Happy belated birthday. Come on and share a dream with us. Hello, Abigail. Hello, Susan. Hello from Hawaii. All right. And Elaine from Australia. And I think Ash will be joining us from the UK. So excited. Good evening from Bayonne. All right. Heidi Ho from St. Louis Metro. It is not Troy Brewer. Hello, Nicole. All right. Well, let me do a couple of announcements first, and then I'm going to bring on our mystery guest. You're going to be pleasantly surprised. Our mystery guest has a long-standing career of both of some amazing and incredible things. I'll get into her background in just a second. Definitely not a guy. Hello from Pittsburgh, Pa. Hey, Pa. It's good to see you. Hello, Judy. Hello, Pam. Hello, Mimi. It's not Dawn. Hello from Oregon. Hey, Susan. Good to see all of you. Yes. Okay. Well, one of the things we do, and people, it's not Diana Larkin. One of the things we do, and people often ask, is how did you get so good in dream interpretation? Or how do you get a background in spiritual intelligence related to dream interpretation? The best thing that I can give you. Well, first of all, I'm going to give you a free gift tonight, and that is the top mistakes to avoid when interpreting dreams. If you go to my website, which is dreamlifedecoded.com, you'll see this banner, top mistakes. You just put in your email, and you'll be on our mailing list, and then we'll let you know when all the special events and things are happening, when I travel, when we're in certain places, when we do live dream labs in person and different things like that. But you'll also learn all of the mistakes that I made. I got the t-shirt on every one of these Don't interpret dreams of someone when you're offended. Don't assume you know. Don't look up a dream dictionary. All of these things are in here, the top mistakes to avoid. It's yours for free. It's like a 40-minute teaching. I'd love for you to have that. If you're new, if you haven't seen it yet, please go on dreamlifedecoded.com and just enter your email and we'll give you that. Now, the best course that I can give you as far as a biblical foundation is the Dreams Through the Bible, the complete collection. So the complete collection is 22 hours of teaching. It's every single dream in the Bible. It's every verse on dreams. Now, if that seems like a lot, or if it's a little bit too much to take on all at once, we've separated it into mini courses. Now, you get some bonuses if you get the whole complete collection, but the mini courses include Foundations, Jesus, by the way, that's every dream about, by, or concerning Jesus, which is all of the dreams in the New Testament. Dreams Through the Bible, Family. Did you know the first 10 dreams of the Bible were had by, about, or interpreted by 4 generations of one family? And then, of course, the 2 of the favorite courses, Dreams Through the Bible, Advisors, which is Daniel and Joseph, and then Dreams Through the Bible, Kings, the troubled kings. This is Abimelech, it's Pharaoh, it's Nebuchadnezzar, it's Solomon. Some great, 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 and incredible things. And by the way, while you're on our website, check out Spiritual Intelligence Module 1. We're about to start a new class in Module 1. People have been asking for it. When are you going to start another class? We've just finished our last Module 1. We're ready to start a new one in the next couple of weeks here. So you can look at all the course information there. You can sign up. We would love to have you. If you're ready to dive into spiritual intelligence and understand what it's like to be a government level spiritual intelligence analyst that do things like assassination prevention, human trafficking recovery, national security threat assessment. Those kind of things are the kind of things that we work on when we get deep into spiritual intelligence. And so it takes kind of the typical, what does my dream mean thing to a national level where we can advise leaders and we can share with them what God is saying to them in and through their dreams. So super fun, super exciting. Hey, Susie, hello from Polsbo, whatever that was. Polsbo, Washington. Hello, Gwen. It's good to see you all. Hey, it's good to see you, Lolly. Hey, from KCMO. It's good to see you guys. All right. Well, my guest is famous. You might find her on Showtime or HBO. She has done 2 different documentary series. Why? Because she's taken down basically, I don't know if I'm saying it right, but the biggest human trafficker that's been caught in U.S. history, she took down. She had about 2 million witches praying against her during that time. Her husband coded while he was driving on the freeway, and she called me hysterical, pray my husband, he doesn't have a pulse, I don't know what to do. You know, I've been through some stuff with this girl and with her husband. They're incredible and amazing people. They're some of the realest people that I know in the body of Christ. Because of that, some people in ministry are like, well, I don't know, and blah, blah, blah. But you know how it is when you're real. This woman is real. Not only that, but she spent 17 years serving alongside John Paul Jackson's. John Paul Jackson was part of his ministry, was one of her teachers. His teachers traveled internationally, knew him very well, was probably one of the last people that he saw alive, very much involved in his life and in the ministry. So she's been doing dreams for a long, long time. She's been teaching dream interpretation for a long, long time. And she is one of my favorite people, her and her husband, Robert, when we get together. By the way, he's a 5-star chef from New Orleans. So I bring the steak and the shrimp and he cooks up just some amazing, incredible food. And her and I will sit there and talk. But she is one of the people outside of the immediate organization of the Spiritual Intelligence Service that really gets it, that understands, that has used spiritual intelligence when kicking in doors with tier 1 operators and stealing kids back from traffickers. Like, she's been in the heat. She's been in country. She's been on the front lines, her and her husband both. They've done some incredible things. They went into, I think it was in Nicaragua or El Salvador. They went into a Supermax prison on Christmas and served MS-13 at their headquarters in the Supermax prison in a foreign country and did dream interpretation there. So she's not afraid of anything. She's absolutely fearless. She's taken on some of the biggest problem children that you've seen today, and she's worked with some of the most cool and interesting people, including Tim Ballard, and has been working in research with Candace Owens and other people. It's too much to name, but without further ado, I want to introduce you to my very good friend, Amy Coelho.
Hey
Amy.
guys. Hey, thank you so much. It's just so encouraging. I can't believe you remember all that.
I remember all the stories, and you got some stories.
I do have some stories. Thank you so much for inviting me tonight. I'm very excited. I saw Nicole Delaney. Hello, Nicole.
Yeah, now we could sit here, but we got to focus, because we could literally sit here and tell stories all night, and then you guys wouldn't get any dreams interpreted. Yeah. But we'll have to do that another night. In fact, I'll probably bring Amy back, and maybe even Robert, and we'll just do an interview, and you can hear, hey, Ash from the UK. Ash says, hey, Amy. We just have some incredible people that are part of our community, and people that are really, really interested in dreams and what they do, and in how you can use the intelligence in a real world way, whether it's human trafficking or dealing with violent crime or any kind of thing that you would imagine that intelligence can be used for. So excited to have you here, Amy. Was there anything you wanted to say at the beginning?
Yeah, I mean, I would love to join you and just talk about some of the intelligence stuff that we've been through. You know, I mean, I think that would be such a great show. You brought back so many memories. I feel like I've lived a lifetime. But thank you so much for the intro. I'm excited to be here. Let's get down to business.
All right, let's get down to business. Well, we're going to open up with a word of prayer, guys. And then, as you know, if you have a dream to share, here's the link. Hop on right now. We got a couple people in the back waiting on us, but there's room for more. So you're going to want to get in, because once we get started and everybody sees what Amy and I can do together, it's going to flood people in. So log in now while we're getting started here. Father God, we thank you that you are the one that speaks in dreams. You are the one that created dreams. You are the one that gives the interpretation for dreams. And we thank you that you still speak clearly, even to kings, in dreams. God, we ask that you would be with us tonight. God, we humble ourselves before you, and we ask that you would be with us. The spirit of wisdom, the spirit of revelation, word of knowledge, word of wisdom, prophecy, and spiritual intelligence. And that, God, that you would show us the actionable intelligence for our dreams, for our visions, for what you are showing us. And God, may it be said of us that we are among those who can stand in the counsel of the Lord to see and hear your word. Bless this time tonight, we pray, in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
All right. Well, we got a lot of, I'm going to try to keep up with the comments. Fun energy. Yeah. I'm telling you guys, you're just,
we have fun energy. Okay. We have to keep it light tonight.
Got to keep it light. All right. Well, we're going to bring on a favorite. You guys all know her. She has great and incredible dreams, and God always speaks in a profound way. Let's bring on Judy. Hey, Judy.
Hey, guys.
How are you?
I am fabulous. How are you?
Good.
I had this dream on Mother's Day, so a month ago.
Okay.
I dreamed there was a huge storm coming tomorrow. It was going to hit tomorrow, but the sky was already dark and threatening, and they were expecting 8 to 10 inches of whatever. I was here and there collecting supplies, checking the community. There were people in town coming to town for a convention, but I determined it needed to be canceled. There was a row of white tents along a canal or something for the convention, it seemed. And one of the women in the tent said, the exact same thing they're saying we're going to get tomorrow, we are also going to get today, but they are hiding it from us. Then
say that again. Say that one more time.
This woman said, everything they're saying we're going to get tomorrow, we are also going to get today, but they are hiding it from us.
Okay.
Then the tents had been taken down. There was a boy checking the perimeter, and I was gathering the family together and making sure everyone was safe and accounted for. End of dream.
So you were gathering your family or the family of everybody there?
I kind of think it was my family, but it was extended family.
Extended family.
When you were, when the dream started, that's kind of like a non-tangible, but when the dream started, where were you? Where was your location in the dream?
I was out and about.
At the conference area, in a field, in a city, on the streets?
I was outside. It was kind of not a large city. It was more of a rural town setting.
But not the one you live in.
No, it wasn't familiar at all.
Okay.
And it was kind of like a city?
It was more like a town, more like a rural.
Like a community?
Kind of, yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. John, you know why I asked that question?
Sure, go ahead.
So when we look at dreams and we want to look at where were we when the dream started, because dreams have an interesting way, especially if you're a prolific dreamer, if you're an intercessor, you tend to have really long dreams that have different
chapters,
scenes, right? And so prophetic people tend to not dream so prolific. They tend to have one scene, more of statements, very much more logical, whereas, or not logical, but more this is the scene kind of things and scene. But your prophetic intercessors are very interesting dreamers, and there's not like a whole lot of them. It's very interesting how they dream. So the reason we ask that is because we always want to anchor that dream down. We want to bring that dream in, anchor it down, because of the different scenes. It can get a little haywire, and it starts out meaning, you think it's about your church, and by the end of the scene 2, 3, it's about your marriage, right? But so we want to anchor that dream down, because the anchor of like, and you think, well, Amy, dreams are so non-linear, but we do have to bring it into the linear to be able to write it out, right? And so we always ask, where do we start in this dream? Because in this dream, you're starting outside, and we pay attention to the nuances of the dreamer, right? And the nuances of the dreamer are, well, I don't know, I was outside. So we know this is public. This is about a public issue. Were you in a field? Were you on the streets? And you're listening to the dreamer. You're listening to the dreamer because you want to know, what is that dreamer in a street? Is that dreamer in a field? Because, those things all have biblical symbolic.
The boy checking the perimeter it felt like a pasture field. And he was checking the fences around the perimeter.
Right. And that's important to note. However, remember, the dreamer is just telling me something that's further into the dream. So we kind of want to focus on that beginning part. Where are we in this dream? And where do we anchor this dream down in? And it's about outside. So we know now, and she really, it's like, she says, okay, it's like it's not a city. It's like more of a town, like a community. I say community because she already said it herself, right? So I'm bringing it to her memory. I'm not implanting memory into her. I am asking her as something she said earlier. So this is really going to probably, because we're not there yet, we're going to kind of look at this as this is an outside issue. This is something public facing, and we're going to look at it as almost like what our ministry is to the community. Go ahead. Pass it to you. Oh, thanks, Gene. Appreciate it.
All right. Well, I love the fact that it starts out with you just kind of having a knowingness that there's a huge storm coming, and it's coming tomorrow. So part of what this is saying, and this is kind of a side note, but we don't want to miss this nuance, is God is letting you know that you're a prophetic seer. You're seeing in advance, in advance, you have this knowing. But what's interesting is there's also a deception, because it's actually coming today, and we find this out later, but they're hiding it from us. Yeah, Amy.
Yeah.
So before we go there, because I know where you're going, I also want to bring up the fact that the statement, because what the statement she makes goes with exactly what you said, which is everything they say we need tomorrow, we can have today, right? Mm-hmm. So it's something, it's what's giving us this knowledge, right? So I wanted to put that in there because where you're headed, the dream confirms. Go ahead.
Yes. So I think it's fascinating. You're outside, and one of the things that you're looking at is like the supplies. Mm-hmm. There's kind of logistics. You're looking at the logistics. So you're worried
we've been there before.
Yes. So you're worried about the business side of where are people going to be, where the tent's going to be. Do we have the supplies? Can we weather the storm? Are we going to be ready? You're worried about logistics and preparation, mm-hmm. which can be like the ministry of helps. It can be like, you're not like, I'm the main speaker on the stage and I got to decide we got to cancel this thing. You're like, I'm the mama who wants to make sure everybody's taken care of.
Yeah. Making
sure that everything is going to happen the way that it needs to be. And you feel right away, and you say this like 4 lines in, that there's a convention happening, it needs to be canceled.
Yeah.
And then you see these white tents, and somebody else put it in the comments. A lot of times people will put stuff in the comment, tents of meaning. It actually reminds me of the white tents that you see like on the National Mall when they're doing the Tent of David thing that's happening. That's like the gathering where they come and they set up tents and they worship, and it's been ongoing for months and months and months in the National Mall. But I think it's interesting because the idea of a storm coming, the conference has to be canceled, but there's already white tents that are setting up, to me, just screams of the prayer movement on the national level. Yeah. And what is happening, and particularly like a storm coming to DC. It's interesting. You said you didn't know where you were. I don't think you got the feeling that you were in the District of Columbia, but it's kind of its own nuanced world when you're out there on the National Mall. A bunch of us were just out there for the Rededicate 250.
Yeah, I've never been there.
Okay. So yeah, but it's interesting that what is coming tomorrow, you like find out later, or you tell us later that it's actually coming today and they're hiding it. And so there's a level of almost like a psyop, something that's happening, that information is being gate kept, it's being withheld. There's a reason that's being withheld. I don't want to speculate as to why it's being withheld. I just want to say you have the prophetic discernment to know they're saying tomorrow, it's not tomorrow, it's today. You're, again, kind of the big mama bear, worried about logistics, people, kids, everybody's running around. You got this kid running the perimeter, and you're like, we need to cancel this convention and we need to get everything kind of.
And I don't think the boy is really just a kid. I think the boy speaks to a younger leader. They're worried about jurisdiction. They're worried about the perimeters. They're worried about, what, and she's looking at an exact, I felt the same thing, John, that it was a gatekeeping. The prophetic, and really just in these times are, the media says this, but God says this.
Yeah, that's really good.
And I think that's important. And I can see you've probably been in the kingdom for a while. What I can say. Yeah, I can tell by
very long time.
Yeah, I can tell in the dream and stuff. So it looks, and here's the thing. She brings up Mother's Day for a very interesting reason. And Mother's Day speaks of the mothering, and it is that, there's 8 to 10 inches. There's a huge storm coming. It's the, mother in me that messages and says, hey, there's a tornado coming, or, hey, this is, kids get, my young adults need to still be parented. And, hey, let's, do this. And the boy in the dream checking the parameter really speaks to that leader versus wisdom in the prophetic arena. And I agree, this really does speak to the logistics that helps ministry, because the prophetic can show up. We have the 5-fold ministries, and the prophetic can show up as a teacher, as a prophetic the office. It's not prophetic, but it's prophetic office, prophet, evangelist, prophet, teacher, prophet, pastor, prophet. And I've always believed that we are all prophetic, that we all can hear from God and speak God's word. It's really what it means, the declaration of the word of God. Not all of us hold the office thereof. So I don't know what your office is. I'm sure if you've been walking this earth in the kingdom for a while, you probably know what your office is. But I would gather to say that you're probably someone who shows up at the church and has, or an event and can direct and guide, and probably administration.
That's actually not me. I hate that.
It's not you at all?
hate doing that.
Well, Mother's Day, I'm telling you.
Well, I am called to the mountain of family.
Well, let me ask you this before we go there, just because you said that. I want to go here with you. You have this on Mother's Day. This is very, very important timing, and you bring it up important. And this is about you and the wisdom in which you've operated in. And you and I both know we go through seasons of, sometimes I'm in law, sometimes I'm teaching dreams, sometimes I'm in child trafficking investigations. We just go through different seasons of our life. And you say that you are not in the ministry of helps, don't really like administration. But let me ask you this. Do you have the dream for a purpose in this season? Where in your life is in this season that you're looking into, moving into, transitioning into, or is the Lord preparing you to move into, which is where you've possibly been afraid to move into this administration of helps and or just the ministry of administration? What have you been struggling with your authority and your intel?
Oh, wow. That's a tough one. I would say in my family.
Nope. This is about being outside. So this is outside of your family.
Yeah. I have very little exposure outside of my home and my job. Although I have been in the Lions Club, which is not a lodge. There's no secret anything. It's just a service club. I've been in the Lions Club for 30 years. My husband for 45. And since I discovered, to my dismay, that they work with the Bill Gates Foundation, I have refused to go. Hubby doesn't get it.
This isn't it. This is absolutely about, and you know what? I think the last person that made a comment is she says, while it's called today, it's the now movement. That's right. And there was a comment right before, John, that I think it was from Ethan. That was very telling, because I thought, yep, are you busier and more tired than usual?
Yes.
Yeah. Are you sensing a transition in your life? Because even though this is Mother's Day, I just don't think it's about your family. I think this is about...
No, I didn't think it was about my family at all. I felt like it was much bigger than that.
Where do you feel like no one's listening to you?
My family is where I feel like no one's listening to me.
Everybody's family's that way.
I just say it, and if they don't listen to me and then they fail, I'm like, tried to tell you. It's like, I will. Yeah, I'll definitely pray into it. I can tell you what it spoke to me like immediately. It seemed, now this is just what seemed obvious to me. The storm is upon us. Things are already happening today, but we're not seeing what's happening yet. There you go.
But we will be seeing it tomorrow.
That's it. And to add to that, and John, maybe you would agree with me that this is about a transitional season and where we're headed. I think we're all having these dreams of where we're headed. I think we're all also in it's almost over fatigue, the political fatigue,
yes,
the media fatigue. I think we're almost all over it, right? But that's where the danger comes, where the prophets are not prepared because they're tired.
I've been very tired lately.
They're dismayed. They're tired. They feel duped. There's a lot of, and this is where that transition comes, where God's like saying, hey, we need to still stay on the wall. You know, we don't get to, and there is, no matter what, we know something's coming because something's always coming. Things happen in cycles.
I am very excitedly looking forward to the kingdom age. I know it's coming. I know it's like so close, and I'm planning to retire as soon as we get the wealth transfer, because I'm 68 and so ready.
Yeah, well, that sometimes that wealth transfer is getting your money from the SSA. I'm just saying. I'm just kidding.
Okay, yeah, I know, I get it. And we started doing that this year.
Yeah, so I think this has a lot to do with your mothering. I think it has a lot to do with God, what God's planning to use in you of all these years you've walked in the kingdom, and being on the wall and being able to use your voice when the time comes to say, that's not true. We have the resources today. They're heavenly resources. They are not what they are not what the media or the government's trying to tell us.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. And that's, I think that's the takeaway. I see this as a national level dream related to what's happening. A lot of what's happening politically. A lot of people have been warning this is going to happen. That's going to happen. Certain prophets keep pushing dates out. It's going to happen in March. No, it's April. No, it's May. No, it's June. No, it's, and they haven't readjusted their paradigm yet. And that's okay. We love them anyway. But I think exactly what Amy said, and as somebody who's worked behind the scenes and understands, I mean, she knows of things. She's told me of pastors and churches and things that were going to be under indictment a year or two before it ever manifested. But that's what happens when you're in the investigation world, is things are happening that are hidden that they haven't told everybody. So everybody is expecting the storm tomorrow, where the storm is already here today.
Right.
And I do think it also speaks to who you already know you are, which is a prophetic seer, and it's God letting you know. And it is that motherhood thing that you have, family. It's a big part of that, not necessarily your family, but how you take care of people and wanting to make sure that everything is going to be buttoned up and people are going to be prepared for the storm that's coming.
And healed and restored.
That's a really cool.
And don't be afraid of that administrative gift. We're all going to need it. Go here, go there, over here. The weather's this. We may have to go down back to basics. We just might.
I'm really good at putting together an organizational plan.
There you go.
I'm not good at doing it. I can put it together.
But that's the administrative gift. The administrative, I am also very good at your administrative. I am not good at implementing because that's just not my calling.
Right.
But that's also a lot of it's a gathering gift, right? It's where we see our pastoral and our helps ministry, where we can put the plan in action. This dream is not administrative, does not mean the doer.
Oh, good.
It does not mean the doer. I want to free you from that. It is not implementing the plan. It means that as a prophet, we see things ahead, and your prophets are typically your consultants.
Okay.
In the real world, your prophets typically become consultants, managers, COOs. I'm a COO. I can foresee things coming. They make.
And I am good at that.
They make very good COOs. They make terrible doers. We just are not really good at doing, because we tend to have difficulties in relationships with people who have dark hearts. They just don't like us.
Well, we got to run.
Okay.
Because we got a bunch more people waiting for us. But that was a really cool dream, Judy. Thank you for sharing that with us.
It was so encouraging.
We love it. Awesome. Right. Good to see you again.
Thank you so much.
All right. Take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Hey, John, where are we running to?
We usually go for an hour. We might actually go a little bit more.
Where are we
only got 20 minutes left.
Running. So where are we running to?
We're running to the end. And the end is, we got about 5 minutes of dream.
Okay.
Amy, you're awesome. All right, Susan.
And I annoy you.
Wow.
You're muted.
Thank you. Hi.
Hi. All right. Your dream. It's good to see you.
Okay. Mine isn't national. Can you hear me? Hopefully.
Yes.
Okay, great. So I had this dream on November 13th of 2025, and it was in response to a very specific question that I asked God the night before.
Okay.
And So I don't know if you want to know that before the dream or if you want to hear
Sure.
the dream.
Tell us the question.
Well, it was really specific to, are we supposed to buy a farm? My family. We just suddenly started looking at farmland in November, very out of the blue. And we were like, this sounds crazy. So I asked this question, went to sleep, had the best night of sleep ever. I never sleep through the whole night, was woken up by the heater at 6:25 a.m., which then turned off right away. And this is it. So the setting is, I'm at my parents' house, standing in the backyard, just outside the back door, looking at the house, and looking at the door specifically that leads into the laundry room and then the house. Jeremy Clarkson walks out. Do you know who Jeremy Clarkson is?
No.
Okay. He's a British celebrity kind of comedian, did the whole Top Gear TV show. Now he has a reality TV show where he bought a farm. He's like, I'm going to get a Lamborghini tractor and run a farm. Anyway, so he walks out holding a little unicorn head, about a little bit bigger than a golf ball, on a keychain. And it has yellow and pink curly ribbon-like mane, the hair on it. And he looks at it, and I'm not gonna say the actual word, but he says it's rainbow P word, kitty.
Mm-hmm.
Wait,
I hate that word. It's like my least favorite word on planet.
Yeah, I heard unicorns and rainbows.
Uses the slang term.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he said, but he says it's
somebody fill me in. What is
like it's the rainbow? Pardon?
I heard rainbows and unicorns.
Oh,
yes.
So we're tracking. We're tracking.
The P word, the derogatory word for vagina.
with you?
Yeah. So he says it's rainbow kitty. And like that's its name.
Mm-hmm.
Then I pick up a small hand-sized pink unicorn that's alive. And I hold it in my hand and say, it's bubblegum bush, to use a less crude version of the naming
But did in the
strategy that
dream
Jeremy
was
Clarkson used.
in the dream
Then
was it unicorn the P word and then bubblegum the P word? So is the P word being used each time?
No, I just say it's like Jeremy Clarkson says, it's rainbow P.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And then I pick up my little unicorn, pink, full living unicorn that fits in my hand and say, it's bubblegum bush.
Bush. You say bush.
Yeah.
Bush. B-U-S-H.
Okay.
Okay. Keep going.
Then my father is suddenly there. His name was David. He passed 4 years ago. And without changing location, it's as if I'm now halfway into the house and there's a covering over the top of us. Like the laundry room wall is gone. So I'm halfway into his house, my childhood house. And he says, I have a plan to me. I look at the unicorn in my hand and almost doubtfully say, he has a plan. Do you feel better? And then I place this pony, this unicorn, the top of his chest, like almost his shoulder, and it stands on his hind legs, or it stands on her hind legs. I thought it was a girl. Starts nuzzling his neck as he says, oh gosh, let me read it. Sorry. I really do. As the unicorn nuzzles his neck, I wake up and I hear in a man's voice, give me 6 months.
Mm.
And this was
And there's a whole bunch of stuff around it. I thought I knew what this dream meant, but I clearly missed some things. So.
Yeah, this is a cool dream. This is one of those dreams where God stretches you with the language.
Yeah, I love
it. And he lets you, when you said Jeremy, whatever, I heard JC. So it's just interesting.
Clarkson. Yeah, JC.
Yeah. Jeremy Clarkson, JC is Jesus Christ. You know, it's the idea that there's somebody there, but it's, you know, the language is a little off. But I think what's interesting about language like that in a dream is it often represents a shock value.
And I think also it talks about, it prepares us to be offended.
Offended, yeah.
You know,
so you remember it sticks. It has sticking power for sure.
Yeah, yes.
You're like, why would somebody be saying this in my dream with a unicorn and kids around and blah, blah, blah.
And it
Yeah.
prepares us to go into a place where we could possibly be offended, or an event that we could be offended. It's a warning sign that says, hey, I'm going to need you to drop the religiosity, because where I'm taking you is going to come up against what you know to be true. And then you have to ask, well,
Okay.
why the P word, and not the breast area, right? So it's like, why this then and not that, which is what we teach, what I've always taught our group, is asking, well, and John Paul actually taught me that, why this and not that.
So I think where we're at
Sorry,
is
I'm getting some lagging on the audio. I apologize.
Yeah,
So
there's a
if I
little
delay
lag there.
responding.
okay. Buy the farm. The long and the short of it is, yes, there's a farm. You're in your backyard looking at the house, so it represents the past, looking at the family home, understanding, and then all of a sudden, without all this unicorn stuff going on, you're half covered, which means the covering of your family home has supernaturally extended over you, which means it's part of your inheritance. Owning property, owning land is part of your inheritance. And then the whole idea of the unicorn, it's interesting, is somebody gave me a prophetic word about unicorns and rainbows, because I had a friend of mine who would always think pie in the sky, and I would make fun of him all the time. And I would be like, Ted, your ideas are like unicorns and rainbows, buddy. Like, okay, we're going to save the world and blah, blah, blah. And then I went to coffee with this friend after just leaving Ted, and this guy runs out to my car at the very end, and he puts his head down. And I'm like, what? He goes, I got a prophetic word for you. And then he puts his head down, and I'm like, what? And he's like, I'm embarrassed to tell you this prophetic word. And I'm like, just tell me the prophetic word. He said, God wants you to know that you have the gift of unicorns and rainbows. And it meant so much to me, because I had just said that to my friend, but I was kind of making fun of him. And he was like, no. It's the idea of thinking big in a childlike way, abundantly more than you can ask or think. Every girl wants a pony, but if they could actually have a unicorn, and a live unicorn that they could carry around with them. And so I feel like part of this is it's about God letting you know, there's a little bit of shock value in there to get your attention, but it's about God letting you know that he does have a covering for you that extends past your parents' home, past the house that you grew up in. Owning property, I believe, is part of your inheritance, and look for abundantly more than you can ask or think. Like, because this is surrounded with just the supernatural experience in the dream of unicorns, you should look for the unicorn property.
We literally called it the unicorn property.
Unicorn property. There you go. So, wow, this is an amazing dream.
It's funny because I'm going to tell you something. It's kind of crass, but as an investigator in child trafficking investigations, I'm involved in a case now where I said to the attorneys and stuff, I said it's about a defendant, and I said, who was a prostitute. I said she better have who kidnapped children. She better have rainbows and unicorns coming out of her, because I don't understand how these men fall for this. And so when you brought this, I was like, oh Lord, did I say that? That reminded me I said that.
Are we really going to go there?
They're coming out of there, because I do not understand this. This is ridiculous. But it talked about, it was more about the Jezebel spirit. But I would say, again, I want to go back, John, to the anchor of the dream, which is she's in her parents' home. And that, again, goes exactly to what you said, which is this is an inheritance issue, generational inheritance issue. And when you're outside, you have to ask yourself, why am I in the backyard and not the front yard, right? The front yard is more public. It's what we present to people. It's where our landscaping goes, right? And then the backyard is where we commune as family, right? And so, again, this is talking about the inner workings, right? Like, so you could have been in the kitchen, right? But it's the inner workings of the land. And I also think that
you got about one more minute.
Jeremy Clarkson, I think, is represents to you that this will seem like it's funny, and this will seem like it's fun. But as that time comes and you have the word of the Lord, there's going to be some very offensive actions that come from this. I think the unicorn really does represent that it is okay to believe for something that is unique for you, so you recognize it and know it. But at the end of the day, you may say, but when? Because I can tell you this, you're not living in a farm now, correct? And it is
correct.
now
It didn't happen. I was like, did I mess it up?
And sometimes there's an offense, and I also think it's a warning to not be offended with God, and that your Father says that he will do it, and it is there. And the unicorn even says, because you even have doubt in the dream. You said,
yeah,
unless you said, oh, it's going to be better. And there's doubt there. I think the Lord wants to work on the doubt, because I think there's something that needs to, you need to heal from. Maybe the carpet being pulled out from under you. That's what I feel like. That causes, maybe there's a block in the spirit realm. Not to say that you're the cause of the delay, but there is something in there to look at.
Okay. That's good.
Awesome dream. Awesome dream. Dream big. Go for the property. Ask God to show you what the property is going to be. It'll be like Unicorn Farm or something, and you'll be like, you'll have such a God story. It'll be crazy.
And then you ask why your breast and not to the bottom half. I think the bottom half represents multiplication.
Yes, exactly. I was going to say that, reproduction,
Oh.
which is the extension of the family, just like the house comes over the top of you.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming on, Susan. That was a great dream. I love it. Cool. All right. I'm going to try to see if we can get two more in before the end here. Let's do Lauren. Hey there.
Hi,
How
John.
are you?
Hello. I'm good. Thank you. Thank you so much for letting me share this. My daughter and I have been going through many years of struggling. And over the last month, I had a couple of dreams with her. The most recent one was maybe 2-3 weeks ago.
Okay.
I dreamed that we were in a room, and I don't know what the room was. So my daughter and I were in a room, and I knew that she stole a pair of Tiffany diamond earrings. In the dream, I did not try to stop her. I was looking around for cameras to see if our faces are going to be recognized or not. But I decided that I was going to help her. So we exited the room. She was visibly shaking with the Tiffany diamond earrings, but we were making our way to the car where she drove. She got in the car, she drove. There are a few things that happened that I'm kind of leaving out. It was an older convertible car. I didn't recognize it, but it wasn't a current, maybe a car from the 60s or 70s. And we got away. She was driving. I checked in the glove compartment, and sure enough, I opened the little envelope. I could see that the diamond earrings were there. And I had told her, as she was driving, I said, why didn't we just look over here at the sale rack? We could have bought something that was on sale. You didn't have to steal the diamond earrings. But then the dream shifted to where I saw two men at a large desk. The man in the center looked to the man at his right, and he said, we are going to let them go. We are not going to pursue them. And then I woke up.
Wow, this is awesome. This is an incredible, amazing dream. It's
great.
about your daughter's hearing being upgraded to the highest level. And you were like, practically, why couldn't we get the sale rack? And she's like, no, we're going to go steal from Tiffany's. And so the idea of diamond earrings to me is the opulence of God to want to upgrade her level of hearing. And it's going to be so good. It's going to be like Elijah with the king of Aram, that he could literally hear what the king was saying in his bedchamber. And it feels like stealing. She's going to hear so well conversations that she's not a part of, things that are happening. And it may come in the seer realm through dreams, but it can also come through hearing, where she's going to know things about people that it's going to feel literally illegal for her to know these things. That's what I get out of this. It's going to be the highest level upgrade in the prophetic for your daughter. And what's interesting is you're helping her, which means you're going to help facilitate that gifting in her life. You're going to help her work with that and understand that. And when it begins to happen, she's really going to know and see and feel what that's like. Amy, what do you got?
Is your daughter, is she having, are there any issues that she's having where she's kind of stuck?
I would say so, yeah.
Any legal issues, relational issues, any, so mostly emotional issues?
She is stuck helping me care for her elderly grandparents, my parents. And it seems that she just we can't get out of certain decisions that were made by the previous generation, that no matter what we're trying, we're stuck. We can't.
I would also say she may come up with some ideas that would go against your grain, or what you believed that would go against your grain. But she needs to be able to hear from God, and whether it falters or not, that you'll help her move through it, because there is an upgrade coming. And also, it was funny because I looked up Tiffany, the meaning of the name Tiffany. It's funny, when I opened it up, it actually went straight to, did you look up Tiffany? It went to Tiffany, and it also represents a divine showing. It's how God's going to show up, but it has to do with her ability to hear, and she has to be able to trust her hearing. And I think the old convertible represents that you have experienced some open heavens. You've experienced God in miraculous ways, but there may be a new season coming, and you're going to have to be open and help her. And in this dream at the very end, even the authorities say, we're going to help. We're not going to, it may be rocky. It may not look right. It may feel off. It may not be exactly what you would do and what you've learned. But we have to give this new generation, this younger generation, it's a new season for them. And we can't be driving them around in our old, open top convertible, says open heavens from the 60s and 70s. Right. But more power to you, Mom, for being there for your child and walking her through this and helping her hear from God.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Wow, thank you. We couldn't figure out, because stealing, it's like, I didn't know how to make something positive out of stealing. And we kept thinking that this shows that we're not trusting God, that we don't have faith in God, that we're trying to make it on our own.
Well, so what your perspective of stealing could not be, stealing can also be a perspective issue as well. Right.
It can feel like you're stealing. It can feel illegal. But the people who were in charge of enforcing the law decided not to pursue you. What I heard was stealing fire. There's a quote that says, and they reached up into the throne room of heaven and they stole fire from the altar. And that's what other people try to do through things like drugs and all that, to try to get revelation, to try to get ideas. But what I'm saying is God is going to give her and you such a prophetic ministry, such an understanding of deep revelation, that it's going to feel like you went in and you stole something that you shouldn't have. It's going to be like, how do we know this? And if you've been around revelation a long time, like Amy and I have, and some of the stuff that we see in dreams, we're like, people would be mortified if they knew what we know about them because of the revelation that God gives us. So we understand that feeling. It's incredible.
But also, too, as it's interesting, John, that when we look at our perspective of what we have been involved in, right? So as an investigator who has, just set up a whole profile for a case where I've become a man, and I have a whole website and an email, and I have become this persona, right? And I'm going to go in, and a lot of Christians who've worked with me are like, how do you do this? You're lying. You are correct. I have to lie about who I am. I have to lie about what I'm doing. I have to lie. Absolutely. I have to get dirty and roll around with pigs in order to get what I need to take down large traffickers, right? And
but she's stealing back the children.
It's a perspective issue. It's what is God saying about this situation? And that's going to come up against, right, these people that I've hired that was like, this is lying. Yes, it is lying. Correct. I am lying to the enemy. I'm not going to lie to the believers, but I'm going to lie to the enemy 100%. Just think Rahab, right? And so your tolerance for what you say is this is this and that's that. There's no lying, there's no stealing, there's no, right? Changes. It has to change and be fluid. I hate to say that, but it really does, because who made the laws of the land are man, right? And so and there's a perspective of why we're doing it, and for the benefit of the good, it's the benefit of the people. And so it's also about perspective. I'm not saying go out there and start, committing crimes and stuff, but what I'm saying is it rubs up against our own perspective. It's easy for me because of what I do for a living, might not be so easy for you, right?
But it's an awesome dream. Thanks for coming on and sharing that with us,
John,
Lauren.
thank you so much. Thank you.
Love it. Appreciate it. All right, we got time for one more. Let's bring on Nicole. Hey, Nicole.
Hey, I wasn't sure if you were going to get to me. Hi, Amy.
Yeah.
Hi, how are you? A long time.
Good. It's fun to have you both on at the same time.
Yeah.
So I wasn't sure I was going to share a dream tonight, but then I remembered a dream I had with Amy in it, and I thought it would be kind of fun. So this was in February 21st. And
Wait, you know Amy?
I do.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Wait, it was February when?
February 21st of this year.
And you didn't call me and tell me?
I know. Well, I wasn't sure. It was like, I didn't know what to do with it. I prayed for you actually, because I thought maybe I was supposed to pray for you, but I didn't know.
Definitely supposed to pray for me.
We spend a lot of time praying for Amy, us friends of hers. Trust me.
I've been through the worst season
Lot of time.
of my life, right? Yeah, it's bad. Yes.
Okay, so I was in a grocery store in the beginning of the dream, and I'm wandering around this grocery store with someone. I don't know who I was with. I was with somebody. And I see these dolls for sale on the wall, and it was really kind of weird and humorous. They were John Paul Jackson dolls. And so they look like John Paul Jackson's, like kind of like his head was bigger and his body was little. It was kind of,
I actually made him in 2028, maybe 26, 2026, no, 2006. I made a bobblehead for him of himself.
Okay, because I was just about to say that was sort of what this looked like, but it was a stuffed, kind of more of a stuffed toy, but it had that feel to it, kind of like goofy, Yeah. And so there were a bunch of them hanging from this wall, and I was thinking in the dream, I wanted to buy one for you. And so as a gift, and I was going to mail it to you. And it was like in the dream, I was saying, I wanted to mail this to Amy because I thought she might get a kick out of it. But I wasn't sure if it would be weird for me to send a gift because she wouldn't be expecting me to send her something. I've never sent her anything in real life. So it was kind of this like dilemma at the end of the dream. Like, I want to send this to her, but would that be weird? And then that was the end of the dream.
Wow.
That means a lot to me. I'm going to cry.
Well, let's hear it. Get weepy. Come on now.
So at the time, I just prayed for you because I was like, maybe she's really missing John.
She is. I miss John, and I never met him. We were talking about that earlier.
Yeah. Yeah. It means a lot to me. I know what it means. If you go look on Facebook, when Facebook first came out, I made a page called John Paul Jackson for sale. And had this bobblehead sent to him. I would get him crazy gifts all the time. But he loved jelly beans and Kendall Jackson wine. So I would always send him jelly beans all the time, mainly because I would eat them in the office. And so I felt like it was my duty to replenish it. But every birthday I would do that. But I would get this like crazy gift that nobody else would think about to get them. And one year, 2006, it was a bobblehead. And
that was 20 years ago. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And it, something that came to my mind too, during that time, I was actually working on a case. It was one of my first, maybe my second cases in child trafficking, actually. And he walked me through this case. Was it? Yeah. Yeah. I had two simultaneous. One of the cases was against Robert Laridan, when all that went down with Robert Laridan, and John Paul and I were involved in that investigation. And then also it was a trafficking case that came up. And so we say dolls for sale, John Paul Jackson. And I am in a situation right now in February, especially, was very hard. That I remember crying out, why are you where are you when I need you? Kind of thing.
Mhm.
Just, yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
Thank you. And no, it wouldn't be weird.
I'm glad I came on and shared that. I
Yes,
was
thank you.
not sure.
It means,
You're
I
welcome.
love the fact that you had a dream about our mystery guest, and you know,
of course, Nicole would, and of course you're
Nicole
here
would.
tonight too.
That's right.
Yeah, I forgot about it. And then it just came to me. I was like, do I have a dream I could share? And then I was like, I had one about Amy, actually. I never really fully grasped the meaning of it, but I knew it was around the time of the anniversary of his death. And so I was like, maybe I'm supposed to pray for her. Maybe she just needs prayer right now.
Yeah.
So
Yes, no, and it means a lot more now than it probably would have then. So,
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean,
That's
it
so
would have
good.
been a lot then. I don't think I could have really understood the depth of it. I was in a lot of trauma. So, thank you.
Wow. You're welcome. You're welcome.
Wow, that's awesome, Nicole. Thanks for being brave and coming on and sharing. And it's always good to see you. We love having you with us.
You too. It's good to see both of you. All
Yes.
right.
What a
Thanks.
special night. I'm glad you're here and you know both of us. And this is cool.
I kind of feel bad that it's me and not Tony and all these other people they guessed.
No, I think people like you. No. Somebody said we should have you back. It's just one person.
You think just one person? I'm gonna go. Then I look.
There it is. There's another one.
I am coming back.
All right. Well, we'll do it. We'll have to do what we've done, what I've done, like with Rachel Ham, where we just go. We do an extended one. We clear the night, and we'd go like 4.5 hours later.
Yeah, I love those.
You know,
I just talk through some of those things. Yeah.
Yeah, because once we start doing 20 minutes, a half hour on a dream, it's like, man, we really need a lot of time.
Well, if you were ever in my groups, we'd have one dream that lasts 2 hours, and we learned a lot. Though we walked through it, we talked through it.
Well, people love you, Amy. So
thank you.
Thank you for being on. Thank you, Nicole, for coming on and sharing your dream. That was awesome. It's good to see you.
Do you even age at all? Like, what the heck? I look like I'm like 80 now. I've been through so much in the last 2 years.
Close up on Nicole. Look at Nicole, everybody.
You don't age at all.
Well, hopefully
people want to know your skincare regimen.
Skincare. Yeah. My skincare regimen is just trying to wake up, and we're doing this today. We're gonna do this. We're involving ourselves in life today.
Yeah, for sure. Good. Well, it's great to see you both.
You too.
All right. Thanks.
Awesome. All right. Take care. Wow. What a fun night.
Good. It's a good night.
It was good. I'm glad you weren't shy and reserved, and I didn't have to try to pull interpretation out of you.
I
had to like wrestle the mic away. Like 40 minutes later, we got to get another dream in.
I know. Don't give me a microphone.
We'll have to do like a call-in show. We'll have to do a call-in show because there were a couple of people that had Autumn. She has dreams about trafficking all the time. I know she wanted to hear from you too.
Yeah, I would love to come back and talk about some of the dreams that have broken some of the cases that we did.
Yes. I think we need to do an interview with you. And then I think we need to come back after the interview where people have heard a lot more of your story. Then they can come back and then we can talk about, like, we could do a trafficking dreams only night or something like that, where we've done those, and those are just incredible and amazing.
Well, I do want to say, I am about to come out with a series, not on dreams. It is more about the Jezebel spirit, the Pharisee spirit, and narcissism, and suing. It's going to be called Receipts and Reckoning, and it's where I'm going to be coming out with all my evidence. I'm involved in a federal case right now against 13 people. I ended up in a cult. Oddly enough, I went to go retire and bought a farm. I went to go retire and buy a farm, and somehow ended up in a cult. And
I've been to that farm. It was a
yeah,
beautiful-
and they basically
Nobody took the goats away.
I said, Lord, I retired. And the Lord said, oh, silly girl, your anointing doesn't retire. And it has been proven to be the biggest battle of my life.
Yeah.
I'm still involved in it, but a year and a half later, I've started writing my book called Dead to Rights, and I'm coming out with all the expose, and I'm very excited. And we're going to be teaching through the evidence and how to recognize red flags and how to hold narcissistic smear campaign abusers accountable for their actions in the legal field, and
Wow.
and what that looks like. So I'm very excited about that. It'll be we're about to launch. Yeah, we're very close.
Well, when you're ready to launch, let me know, and we'll come back and we'll do a whole interview and hear the whole story. And we'll make sure we got plenty of time.
Yeah.
It'll be awesome.
Good. Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate the time.
Cool. Well, everybody loved you. Thank you all for coming on and having the bravery and the courage to share your dreams. It's not easy to share a dream, especially when you don't know what it means. And we love and we honor the voice of God through you. So when you share your dreams, other people learn, other people are blessed, other people as well. See, this really blessed Nicole. Other people get to learn from your experience and get to hear what God is saying to you. And they get the opportunity to hear what God is saying and put things in the comments. That's why we do it this way in an open forum. So you all get to practice too. And so we love it. We're going to do something again soon. But thank you so much. Any closing thoughts?
No, just keep dreaming and keep writing those dreams down. Just write those dreams down. It's one thing to say you believe God speaks through dreams, but if you're not writing them down, you know it here. You just don't know it here. Don't walk away from the word of God directing you, leading you, and guiding you.
And that's how we end the show. We always say, thank you for joining us. Thank you for being with us tonight. Thank you for sharing your dreams with us. And until next time, keep dreaming.